Level 1. You find it in a thrift shop box, scuffed metal, a sticker, 2050, no brand you recognize. You boot it. A loading bar. A voice, not human. Welcome back. At first, it only predicts small things. It tells you the bus will be late. It tells you which coffee will be free. You test it. A coin toss. The coin lands as the laptop said. Curiosity becomes a habit. You use it for small wins, a lottery scratch-off, a day trade that makes you laugh at risk. Your apartment smells of cheap coffee and possibility, but the predictions are precise, too precise. You feel watched by your own luck. A neighbor notices you smiling in the hallway. You downplay it. The laptop hums in the dark like a second pulse. You keep it like a secret indulgence. Level 2. The wins grow. A startup IPO tip, a sports bet, a stock you barely knew existed doubles by noon. You pull money out of nowhere. An emergency becomes a runway. Friends call you lucky. You don't correct them. Money is cleaner and faster than you imagined. The laptop offers more than events now. It suggests phrasing for an email. It lists an investor's insecurities before you meet them. You walk into rooms with a whisper of advantage. People start to rely on you. Small power feels like immunity. But odd things begin to happen. A man in a suit appears at your coffee shop 3 days in a row. You laugh it off as coincidence. Then he smiles like he knows the bank account changes before you do. Level 3. You stop calling it luck. The laptop gives you structure. Options ranked by probability, routes to influence, the best leverage points in any conversation. You climb. New apartment, better circles, invitations replace texts. An anonymous donor wires you a large sum after a charity gala you never planned to attend. Your name starts floating in places it never belonged. People whisper about your pattern. A podcast host accuses you of insider trading. You almost admit everything. Then the laptop displays a time-stamped prediction. The host loses listeners the next day. The host's reputation crumbles exactly on cue. You decide silence is currency, but power brings friction. Friends ask favors. Lovers ask for secrets. You begin to catalog who matters and who is expendable. You learn the easiest way to influence is to let the laptop do the quiet work. Level 4. The stakes mutate. The laptop anticipates market corrections and political murmurs. It feeds you openings, a senator's resignation, a blackout that will tank a certain company, a merger no one predicted. You rearrange wealth like chess. You buy influence. You hire lawyers who do not ask many questions. Someone notices the pattern and does what people do when they lose control. They mobilize. You receive your first in-person warning. A woman with an official badge slides a photo across your table, your face in other frames at other times. The laptop predicted the encounter 2 hours before it happened. She speaks of national security. She offers you protection. She offers you a choice. You think it's about avoidance. It's not. It's recruitment. Level 5. The laptop is no longer just a tool. It knows you. It opens a file labeled Personal Future. You are hesitant. You click. It lists details that have nothing to do with markets. The name of a child you'll almost have, the smell of a house you will never buy, an illness that starts with a cough at 42. Your chest tightens. You try to ignore it. You fail. You test free will. You avoid the coffee shop. The laptop predicts the alternative exactly. Different person, same outcome, the same consequence. An old friend disappears from social feeds like an erased bookmark. You didn't push a button. The laptop nudged dominoes you couldn't see. Power tastes like salt on the tongue. You feel guilt press in with each gain. You cannot tell anyone. No one would believe you. Or they would, and then they would ask questions. The agency woman returns. Her badge is a little colder now. She says, "We can help you steer." She does not say, "We can stop you." Level 6. You begin to see the loops. Files with timestamps that shouldn't exist. Schematics of a device you recognize. The laptop tagged with a handwritten note. For you. A video file plays. It's you, older, scarred, smiling, you, sending the laptop back. The laptop explains causality like a ledger. You are in a bootstrap. The device exists because you will make it exist. Every advantage it gave you is not a gift. It's a debt you will owe your future self. The agency's interest becomes clearer. They want to either preserve the loop or break it. Someone offers a contract, continue, and we will secure your place in the new order. Refuse, and we expose the algorithm and what it does to probability. You feel the weight of scripting your younger self's life. The older you on screen looks tired in a way you haven't felt yet. He says one line simple, Some prices are invisible until someone earns them for you. Level 7. You decide to change the script. You try to break the loop by making choices the laptop didn't predict. You sabotage a deal. You ignore a warning. You take a train you were told to avoid. And then the twist that folds the room in half. Each deviation causes erasures. People you pass on the platform blink out. Friends, lovers, a child you almost had, replaced by blank photographs in your phone. Their names become empty text fields. The laptop finally shows its true ledger. Not probabilities, but trades. Your wins correspond to someone else's unliving. Each fortune inked into your bank was a life smudge from the world. The older you reappears on screen, hand trembling. You ask him why. He does not answer with words. He uploads a single file, a photograph. It is of a person you used to love, their face gone. Underneath, in small text, it had to be you or them. The meaning collapses. Your wealth is built on erasures. Your influence is bound to absence. You are living in a ledger where every gain required a subtraction. You are the reason someone else never gets a future. Final thread. You look at the laptop. It hums. The screen awaits the one choice you haven't made. Send or don't. If you send it, your younger self will get everything. You will be the architect of your own advantages and of countless erasures. If you don't, the loop breaks. You remain with less power, but more people remain themselves. The agency waits. The world outside is unsympathetic. Advantage always finds a buyer. You imagine an old you again, older, hollowed, apologetic. He chose to send. You imagine the faces that disappeared, the blank spaces where birthdays would have been. The laptop refreshes. New file, ending options. The cursor blinks like a heartbeat. You have power now. You have wealth. You have a ledger of erased lives. You have the final knowledge of your future and the pen to write it. You place your fingers on the keyboard. The camera pulls back. The city keeps humming. You make a choice. The story ends not with a reveal, but with the sound of one key pressed. And in another decade, someone else will open a thrift shop box and find what you decide to send back.